I went out to the desert to shoot the deserts in Australia, and it rained for the first time in 150 years.
Are you born with destiny? Or does it just come knocking at your door?
He's a young singer from Memphis, Tennessee. Give him a warm hayride welcome.
All my films have the same fundamental construct, and that is that they begin with a kind of language that is a little bit off-putting, a little bit silly or funny or too much, in the hope that it disarms you, so that it flips you, so that it can, as Guillermo del Toro said, we were on stage yesterday in New York, it's a heist on your emotion and your intellect. My job is to create an environment where fear is kept away and they can play. I think the more thrilling thing for me, for example, recently with Tom Hanks in Elvis, is when I'm around to help an actor play a note on their creative instrument that they don't often get to play, to do something that is an exciting challenge for them. As well as that, there's nothing more thrilling than helping a young actor burst into life and take that big step forward, say with Leonardo or Nicole, or just recently with Austin Butler. This is the kind of thing that for a director you feel really useful. You feel useful.
My life has got to be like this. It's got to keep going on.
A little party never killed nobody, so we gon' dance until we drop.
Young men don't just drift coolly out of nowhere and buy a palace on Long Island.
I've worked in the Sahara, but compared to Northern Australia, the only thing that there is an abundance of in Northern Australia is nothing. And, you know, we had equine flu. I went out to the desert to shoot the deserts in Australia, and it rained for the first time in 150 years, so grass grew. And then we had, you know, cattle rushes, and I was living with this wonderful indigenous tribe, and it was epic as a film and epic to make. I was about probably 29 on Romeo and Juliet. Leonardo was unknown. He was about, oh, he was known a bit, but this is before Titanic. He was about 19 or 20. We were in Mexico. We were shooting a Shakespeare. You know, it was a created world. I mean, being in the middle of a real church, in the middle of the night. In those days, we had to have real candles and real neon lights. And, you know, that helicopter sequence where Leo is, that's a real helicopter. So if everything was real, we were living in Mexico. I just remember it being such a romantic period. It was such a romantic shoot about a very tragic but romantic film. Because I know so much of the music, I have a label with RCA, so I've been able to hear Elvis music that no one else has been able to hear. But there's an amazing take of a song called I'm a Stranger in My Own Town, where he's very blues in it, and it's really a wonderful track. It's early, it's in the 50s. I'm a stranger in my own town. He just sat on a chair with a microphone. He never did booth work and things like that. And he'd just sit there and sort of riff on music. He had an inherent ability to sing, interpret songs and find ones that he really loved, but just the way he does this, he loved showing off just how he could sing like in all sorts of styles. Yeah.
I'm on before the shoot, and nobody's gonna remember me. I need to get back to who I really am.
I think we still hold the record for the best party ever, which was the Moulin Rouge party. I mean, first of all, we brought down the Spiegel tent. Then we had the cast of the actual Moulin Rouge come down and do that. And then Fatboy Slim DJ'd, and Nicole got up and DJ'd. It was Thierry Femur's first festival. And I remember it was very rock and roll, and he was so thrilled that his first festival had this outrageous rock and roll opening. So it's still pretty legendary today.
But diamonds are a girl's best friend. A kiss will be grand, but it won't pay the rental on your humble flat or help you feed your pussycat.